Spirit Team, I would like to connect with you and have you answer some questions for the audience. We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this deepened relationship. Please begin with your questions. Do dreams take us to another dimension or other dimensions? Your dreams generally are utilized as an understanding of different reference points of awareness. This vessel has, in remembrance, on average, three different types of dreams. One is a reflection of the emotional state of the day, which, when you go to sleep and you wake up to the fullness of your soul self, those emotional states are used with your higher self to better take advantage of the emotions and use them to be of service. Another state is the observer state, where you are in your sleeping state, but awake on your soul self and are exploring different aspects of your soul. And so you may feel very aware of what's happening, but you aren't necessarily in control. You are observing. This is a very common state for most people. You come in and out of lucidity while observing your dream. And the third state is full lucid control, where you are in your astral body, in a sense, and exploring other realms and dimensions. As you practice being aware of your dreams, the more that you remember this. This is a common nightly occurrence, or for whenever you sleep. And so the more you practice being present in the waking state, the more that you can practice being lucid in your dreaming state. So yes, you can explore different dimensionalities of your soul while you are in your dreams. Think team. Do some humans come from another planet or other planets? Is it possible to receive a visit and messages from beings we don't remember from past lives, from another solar system or other part of the universe? The human being comes from Earth. It is an Earth-born being, meaning it stems from Earth. Its conception is from Earth. The DNA in some forms are extraterrestrial and come from other planets. Some have been seeded from Mars and some from other planets that will come to the forefront of knowledge. Sirius B, and Orion are some of the other planets that DNA has been cultivated from. But you are a soul at its core, and the soul is able to be embodied in many different forms. And so you will remember and have what is called past life experiences when you were other beings while you were embodied. You may have your spirit team or guides that also embodied in other experiences who are supporting you and can help guide you to remembering all of the relevant beings that you have been as a soul. And the human mind takes this as a memory because that is how it is able to interpret this information. You will be able to access information from beings that are here to support you. They can come in semi physical forms to relay this information, but often you will find, just as this vessel is doing, receiving the information through thought patterns that can then be communicated to others or to yourself. And so, just as you hear in the beginning of this message, Spirit Team, what is it you would like to share with me? Or Spirit Team, I'd like to ask some questions. This is sending a signal out for all relevant beings that are here to support you to receive or give information to you that would be of service. And so you may practice this in your own way with your own teachers, whether it be physical or non physical, to practice receiving the information as it is. To use the analogy, when you are first starting off, you in human form come as an infant, learn to walk, to learn to talk, and all of those things that you will now do unconsciously. And so you will practice connecting with your team and generating discernment around what is coming forward for you and if it is of service to you or not. And as a reminder, a very simple question to ask is this in alignment with love or is it not? And then you can feel inwardly in your heart space if this resonates or connects with you or not. There will be teachings in our other channels or playlist on this YouTube channel to help develop that discernment. We hope this answers your question. Thank you, team. Were ancient Egyptians Nubians? Yes. The vessel is saying he is not aware of what Nubians are, but we are repeating, yes. Can you show me this in a visual, please, for added confirmation? Thank you, team. So for yes is shows up for me in a very pure form of green, and no is red, complete red. So green light, red light for the audience. So after a few moments of waiting, it shows as green for me. Thank you, team. Can anyone communicate with trees, flowers, plants, etc.? Yes, communication with your plant life, whether it be trees, mushrooms, plants of all different varieties, they all embody consciousness. They can see just as you see in regards to they can see movement, physicality, different energy forms. They have been around for a millennia since the beginning of the Earth program. And so they are highly conscious, highly visible. They are able to see, smell, and in even some forms taste the nutrients that they bring forward. And so they have senses and they are aware of life forms outside of them. And they are highly connected. So there's many forms of communications. This is bringing forward a memory that we are sharing with the individual who saw a video of a individual asking the tree to use its branches to bend down and touch the individual's hand. And after some moments of waiting and setting the attention, the branches reached down far to touch the hand of the individual. And some would say that this is just coincidence. But if to explain this video, the person put down their hand many feet below the branch, so it had to reach, to stretch, to touch the hand. And that's one way of communication. But there's an infinite way to connect. Some will be able to simply use thought patterns, just as we're doing with the vessel, to talk with the trees or plants. Some will see images in the mind's eye that will be sent back and forth. And you will see and be able to use this in different ways to speak of how to better support the plants and what they're needing. Interesting. Thank you, team. Can anyone communicate with animals? Animals. Yes, consciousness is being raised across the entirety of the universe. This is part of the reason why this time all of you can sense a great knowing or change coming. And this is across all living beings, across not only Earth, but the entirety of the universe. Your collective consciousness, human and everything else on the planet, is being raised. And so your animals are communicating. We are sharing with the vessel again another video that was shown of many different dogs learning to speak with buttons that are pre-programmed with English language. And some and other forms of languages like Chinese, Japanese, Korean. You will find that these beings will be able to communicate and have always been able to communicate in many different forms. Most are through, again, visions of pictures in your mind's eye. But many animals, if you would teach them, can learn English through those modalities of pre-programming a short sentence or word on a button, and they can come and tap the button to communicate with you. As an example, one of the dogs had to go to the bathroom, and so there was a button that explained this, and the dog would tap it to use the bathroom to go outside. You will find that animals of all forms have personalities and traits that they embody on a soul level, as they are also experiencing what it is to be that life form. As many of you in human form, before embodying the human being, embodied other living beings on the planet to experience what it is like to be in physicality. So yes, you may communicate with animals. All of creation can communicate with itself. And so it is simply practicing and allowing that information to come in. Thank you, team. Can anyone see auras? Yes, many of you are available to see auric fields. Many of you see this already in different forms and expressions. This individual sees auras not only as a halo around the physical body, but as energetic expressions around individuals. And so many of you will see that, and you can ask your spirit team for guidance on how to better hone that skill in if this is something that is a passion of yours. You also are having your body being upgraded and moving away from carbon-based systems to that of one that is more aligned with crystalline. And with that, this will allow your physical eyes to see more light and to be more aware of what is already present but currently hidden. But many of you are already stepping into this and seeing more light orbs, energy beings, and more aspects of creation that is already here. You soon will be able to see a handful of your spirit team, as if you were to see all that was present for you, it would be very difficult for you to continue seeing in physicality at this present moment. That's really cool. Thank you, team. Can we see angels? Your mind is able to comprehend angels in certain forms. And so often, angels are surrounding you, but you are not aware of them. But as mentioned in the previous question, you will be able to see more of creation as your body continues to adapt to the changes. This will happen for each individual in its own time, as your belief systems will help adapt when you know that this is a possibility to the changes that are coming. And so this will unfold in its own timing to not scare you or bring fear into your presence, as there is nothing to be afraid of, as they are always here supporting you. And many of you can feel them or sense them in your presence when you are taking time to be present and make that intention of connection. And so soon you will be able to see more and more of them in a way that is of service to you. Thank you, team. Is there anything else you'd like to share before I go? We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this deepened relationship. Thank you, team.